Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cyrus Fiene team channel, and today we are at the Seattle waterfront where Jen and I are going to explore the new Seattle Aquarium expansion. The Seattle Aquarium expansion is kind of the crown jewel of the new waterfront that Seattle has. The waterfront has undergone major renovations over the last several years, ever since the viaduct came down. The waterfront remodel and the waterfront park is very, very pedestrian forward. It used to be so car-centric with the 99 viaduct and a bunch of parking lots. Now it's all about pedestrian access and walkability. Today is day 2 of the grand opening of the Ocean Pavilion Seattle Aquarium expansion. Join Jen and I as we get inside and take a tour. Let's check it out. So right now we are in the One Ocean Hall, which is kind of the centerpiece of the expansion. There's some nice projectors showing all different types of reefs from around the world, and it really creates a nice atmosphere. So this expansion is called the Ocean Pavilion, and it focuses on the Coral Triangle, which is primarily found in Philippines, Indonesia, parts of Australia as well, where it's warm water. So this expansion is focused on warm water, which is a great contrast to the original part of the aquarium, which is focused on cold water and fish and animals found in the Pacific Northwest. It's cool to see the projections change. They are projections of different coral reefs from around the world. One that I really like is the one from Indonesia. I really love how the tanks kind of overlook the center of the room. It really feels very immersive from that perspective. So we are here on day 2 of the opening, and they are still bringing in some of the animals. So just know that when you visit, if you are visiting early on like we are, that there are still some animals and exhibits that have to be expanded upon. The reef exhibit is the centerpiece to the Ocean Pavilion, and it expands 2 floors. It's very cool to see it from the bottom, where you can see those fish that like the deeper depths, and then come upstairs and see it from up top, where you can see the fish who like the shallower depths. There's some really cool animals in the reef. There's 3 eagle rays swimming around, and they each have a distinct personality, which is very clear when you're checking them out. There's also some cool triggerfish we saw, one of which is a spotted triggerfish, and it's only a 1 of 1. So let us know if you guys find it. So even though it's just the first week, they already have scuba divers inside cleaning the tank. The coral you see in the reef is actually artificial. Part of the coral that you see in the other tanks is actually real, authentic coral that they've grown here at the Seattle Aquarium. Being a musician, I really like the Sounds of the Ocean exhibition. They have speakers set up, kind of giving you examples of what the animals are sounding like and hearing in the ocean. My favorite part of this Ocean Pavilion is actually the At Home in the Ocean exhibit, and that's at the very back, so it can be a little easy to miss, but it's at the back below the stairs, and there's a lot of intimate tanks and areas where you can get really up close with the animals and really get to see them with a lot of detail. That area in particular is really nice for kids because a lot of the tanks are lower, so they can get really up close and personal. Overall, this building and the aquarium as a whole is probably one of the best places for families and kids who are visiting Seattle, and for those of us who live here. So one thing that's been really nice while we've been here is the staff and the volunteers have been so helpful. They've engaged with us and answered all of our questions, and just a really friendly crew. So kudos to them. So as you can see behind me, they are still working on the exterior of the Ocean Pavilion. And part of the reason why I call the Ocean Pavilion the crown jewel of the waterfront park is because it is at the northernmost point of the waterfront park. And it's where Pike Place Market connects down to the waterfront itself. So when it's totally done, you're gonna be able to walk down from Pike Place Market to the waterfront and kind of skirt your way through and over the Ocean Pavilion down to the water. And just so there's no confusion, when you get a ticket to the Seattle Aquarium, it gives you access to both the original aquarium and the Ocean Pavilion. That was such an impressive experience. I hope you guys enjoyed that tour of the Ocean Pavilion as much as Jen and I did. It really was reminiscent of when Jen and I were in Australia and got to actually swim at the Great Barrier Reef. And it's really special to come home to here in Seattle and actually be able to see these same animals that we saw in the Great Barrier Reef up close and personal. Thank you everyone for joining us on this tour of the Ocean Pavilion with Jen and I. Of course, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave us a comment down below letting us know what your favorite part was. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.